Hi friends. If you click to check out the new Melt Cosmetics Digital Dust Duo Blushes, then please keep on watching. Hi, I'm Alicia. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on my video. And if you are returning, well, thank you for visiting me again. Kinky Sweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves things all movement and booty. If you want to check out what I do in between the makeups, you can head over to my Instagram. This was a very random, strange drop. Had no idea these were coming out. My girl sends me a message about them and I'm like, where are these blushes coming from? I just bought the Patrick Da. I saw the photographs, fam, and it was so hard to say no. And this was during the release or peak of the Cover FX Duo blushes. I don't know if those are out yet either. I'm just so overwhelmed with blushes. The minute I saw these suckers, I could not stay away. I had tried to purchase them because my friend was like, they're available on Sephora Canada, looking on the Sephora USA site, and I'm like, they have X's on the colors. I can't add to basket. I believe these finally did drop on the Melt Cosmetics site first and then maybe Sephora USA after, but they were available on Sephora Canada first. I'm so happy that Canada actually had the upper hand this time in the beauty category. Congratulations. With that said, these are currently now sold on Sephora.com. It does say it's an online exclusive and as well as the Melt Cosmetics website. The one shade that's sold out on Sephora is Raw Honey, but all shades right now are available on the Melt site. Let's go into some product deets, shall we? These retail $39 each. I ordered mine from the Melt site. The date was August 27th. They arrived yesterday, August 31st. Not too bad. Well packaged with tissue paper as well as individual bubble wrap bags that I usually like to keep because those come in very handy when I'm packing up stuff to go, especially if it's fragile. I bought all three. I had to, and all three boxes have a different type of shade of yellow orange to indicate the shades that are in the compacts, in addition to them being $39. Let's see here, flipping the box around. We got a total net weight of 7 grams or 0.24 ounces. A suggested shelf life of, what does that say? I think that's an 18 months. That's not bad. Oh, and this is made in Italy. Here is the raw honey box. It's so pretty. You got raw honey here on the flap, and you know what? I know I need to stop keeping the boxes, man, but this is just gorgeous. I love how this looks. It basically takes on the design of a honeycomb and the whole theme revolving around honey. I feel very appropriate design wise, don't you think? In addition to the blush duos, they also have a, well, they call it the Royal Blush Collection. So here you can get the whole set, not only the 3 blushes, but a mirror as well as a makeup bag. I was tempted. The mirror looked cute, but I was like, you got enough, all right? Stop it. Just get the blushes, okay? Let's click on one of these so we could get some more product knowledge, shall we? There's no details about this being limited edition as far as I see, so I believe these are permanent, and all 3 duos are vegan. This is the first time Melt has released a cheek product that's a duo setup. They did release their blue stack that had the duos with the blue and the browns in there. The other cheek products that I have from Melt are, for instance, their highlights. This is in the standard black magnetic compact. I have also raved about their blushes, which I have a few here. You got the matte blush. This is in the classic Honey Thief shade, one of my all-time favorite matte blushes, as well as what they call their blush lights. This is more of like a satin finish blush. It has a little bit more sheen in there, so if you don't like a matte type of a formula, then the blush lights have a little more luminosity to them. I haven't opened these yet, fam. I'm very excited. Let me start with the first duo they present in the lineup. We got Buzzkill. Whoa. Buzzkill is like a really pretty copper design on the box. This one's described to be a coral nectar. The Buzz is a coral nectar. The Kill is a peach champagne. Ooh, here is the compact. It's a soft matte feel, kind of mustard in color. You know what this reminds me of? It kind of gives me like vintage 70s living room feel. I love that type of aesthetic. I do. I don't know what it is. I mean, look at my earrings, for crying out loud. That mustard orange velvet look to the sofa, you know what I'm saying? This kind of gives me that feel. I don't know why. I don't know why. On the back, you have the split label that has sparkle on there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like sparkle on the label. So that's nice touch. And the label distinguishes both blushes. The buzz part is like the vibrant shade. The kill part is like the highlighter shade. Ooh, this is the first time I'm opening it, fam. Oh my God. Oh, this is magnetic still. Oh wow. This is Buzzkill. I gotta hand it to Mel. The attention to detail in this embossing. I don't even want to use it. That's terrible. You got the bee here. You got the honeycomb design etched into the powders. Now I have another digital dust highlighter from them. This is in the shade Genesis. It's more of like a pinky type of a shade. I'm just trying to compare the textures. I feel like, you know what? Let's just take a swatch. Look at the mirror. The mirror is so beautiful. Is the design is on the sticker or is it? Oh, I love. Look at the design on the mirror. It has a honeycomb frame with melt here and the little bee. Zzz. All right, we got Buzz. Oh, that is pretty. Again, that's a coral nectar. Ooh. And Kill is a peach champagne. Take a look at those. These are very smooth. The Kill shade has some sparkle in there, but the Buzz, I feel, has really nice luminosity to it. It looks really good on the skin. So, well, not here, my arm. We're gonna get here in a minute. All right, that is Buzzkill. Oh, my poor little bee. I didn't want to swatch you. I'm so sorry. Queen Bee. Ooh, Queen Bee is more of like a mandarin type of a metallic shade for the box design. Ooh, my goodness me. Look at this. Queen is a warm bronze. Ooh, Bee is a honey gold. That is a very warm yellow. The bronze shade is very nice. I like the textures of these. I do. I know they're on my arm and I actually haven't put them on my face, but I have a feeling based on how these swatches are feeling that they're gonna look good on the cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Raw Honey is a little more of a champagne gold type of a hue for the box. I just read the description for Raw. It says mauve bronze. No, like mauve. Ooh, that's pretty. This is Raw. Okay. Once again, Raw is a mauve bronze. Ooh, yes. I love that. On my eyes. Forget it. And Honey is a pink beige. Oh, that's pretty. All right. So these are all the shades we have from the duos. You see that Buzzkill is giving you a little bit coral, Queen Bee is like the gold bronze, and Raw Honey is more of like the cooler part of the spectrum. Still has punch though, you know what I'm saying? With all the details and swatches out of the way, why don't you come in a little closer? That's enough. All complexion products will be listed down below. I have my base on. I actually just have concealer just kind of swirled and twirled on, set with my Suku loose powder, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Which duo shall we start with, fam? I actually have quite a number of brushes with me just to kind of get an idea. You know what I'm saying? I just glanced at the original highlighter pans. The original highlighter pans, although they're the same size in compact, the single highlights 8 grams and the duos you have 7 grams. So you're getting a gram less. Maybe that's just due to the formula. Maybe it's slightly different. I'm not entirely sure. But the compact size is exactly the same. And here's a look at the single blush like compact next to the duo. Why don't we go in the order that we swatch? So that means we'll go in with Buzzkill first. Saturate yourself in this coral blush duo. Dust these hues all over your cheeks and body and face. For a sweet and sugary glow, Kill blush doubles as a highlight. Okay, let's do the highlighter first. Now, typically these kind of gel types of baked formulas, a soft brush I feel doesn't do as well. So I'm gonna pick up my synthetic brush. This is my BK Beauty 108. I'm gonna take some of the Kill shade and just pop it right on top of there. Okay, let me try my Linda brush. I'm gonna try my Linda brush. Get a little more on there. There we go. That's pretty. I see that there is like particles, but you know what also, fam? I feel that this will, because I experienced this also with the digital highlighters, because they're baked, they tend to be a little drier. And I feel they would very much benefit from us. These trucks are killing me. A slightly stickier base. So I'm going in with my Suku Multi Highlight Stick in 101. I'm going to dab a little bit on my cheekbone first. If you rather, you most certainly are welcome to put on a little bit of setting spray. I'm going to use my Sonia G Mini Cheek with Kill again and then tap that on. Much better. I think we got a little more there. And you definitely can see that there's a little bit of like crystal going on. I don't know what these are, but there's a little more sparkle I feel present in this shade in particular versus the other duos that I swatched. Let's pick up the Buzz shade. This is with my Surratt cheek brush. I'm just gonna swirl that around. Well, that's pretty. I like the texture of the blush side. It doesn't have the same type of, I don't want to call it glitter. It's not glitter. It's like a little more of aggressive shimmer. So if you don't like that type of texture, if you like something more traditionally smooth, then maybe don't get Buzz Kill. I don't mind the sparkle though. I feel like it offers a nice twinkle, a nice dazzle effect on the cheekbones. But I would say, because I do feel this runs a little drier than, let's say, a typical powder highlighter, what have you, just to make sure your cheekbone is not completely powdered and set, because it will not stick and it will feel dry on the skin. Definitely prep that area again, either with a stick highlighter, something with emolliency, or set the cheekbone area to get a little more adherence. I also want to swirl these together, see what we got. Just put it all over. Ooh, so if you swirl it together, you'll definitely get some of that shimmer on the cheeks. If you're not about that, then only use the Kill side on the cheekbones and the Buzz side on the apples. But the actual shade is gorgeous. I think it's pretty effortless to apply, and I think you would prefer, if you're not too much of a fan of shimmer on the cheekbones, that you will very much like the texture of the Buzz side. But that's pretty effortless. I think that looks beautiful. Ooh, you know what? I think I want to do Queen Bee next. This is the more like goldy type of a duo. Let's do my BK Beauty again with Honey Bee. I just want to see how this looks. Oh, now this is definitely the one I think for deeper skin tones. If you're a deeper skin tone than me, then Bee on you as a highlight, amazing. I actually want to try Queen as like the bronzer shade. That's pretty. This duo does not have the same shimmer found in Kill. Kill has like that dazzly thing going on in the formula. The Queen Bee duo is a smoother formula, and I think maybe better for the person who's more into this type of a finish versus the one you get from Buzz Kill. That's pretty. Even with Bee on my cheekbones, not a big deal at all. I'm actually going to, ooh, you know what? I have to do it. But wait, hold on. So many ideas right now. I'm taking my Koyudo Premium PO2 brush, taking both sides, and just go crazy. Just all over. That is pretty. It's a lot, but I feel it's fairly smooth. I mean, I applied a whole lot, and this brush picks up quite a bit of product, but I do think that the color is beautiful. The hue, the undertone is really nice. I mean, my cheek looks like honey. Most definitely. To add a little bit of dimension, go back in with the Queen shade, smaller cheek brush, and just hit right there on the hollows to create a little more depth. I love that. So I do feel you don't necessarily need to prep the cheekbone with this duo, but I would still go in with some kind of tack just in case, because it definitely livens up the effect of the digital dust formula. That was really hard to get out, by the way. Popping on some Hourglass eye primer because we are applying these on the lids too. Because we have one more duo to go through, I don't know if I want to apply mascara right now. Little blush draping, pulling some buzz up and around the temple. I mean, we're going for it, fam. Sonaji Jumbo Blender. Again with buzz, but not placing it on the lid. That's pretty. One and done. And winging it out so it can connect to the draping that we did. Pretty. Just hitting a little bit on the outer part of the lower lash line. Boop, 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 boop. Reference number 3, pencil brush with the kill side. Hitting that on the inner part of the lower lash line as well. That's pretty. I love how it looks on the eyes. And I also love how it appears on the skin. Again, the more kind of dazzly effect is happening, but I think that's necessary. That's why you can see a little bit more shine on this side versus this side. Although this is not actually a highlight shade on me, I get it, but this duo doesn't have like those shimmies in it the same way, and I feel the effect is a little different. Sonaji Detail Pro with the queen side, pulling that through the crease and just making it really like just all over. B is nice on the lid, very smooth, and the way it blends with queen, I think it's so pretty. A little bit of queen on the outer third. I'm a Wayne Goss Kohl in Precious Opal just to add a little definition here. And I also like to use these pencils to add depth and smoke if I don't want to use another shadow. We'll use our reference number 3 to blend that out. Nice. I love. Ooh. That's pretty. I know lashes add to the look, but sometimes I don't like to add mascara. I like what's happening here without the mascara. Is that okay? Going in with Pat's Lip Color Sheer Bomb in Flesh 3. And here we have the Buzzkill side as blush, highlighter, and on the eyes. And here we have Queen Bee, again on the cheeks as well as the eyes with a little bit of liner. Now, if you felt like you applied a lot as I did, I would take a softer brush to buff out. And I think this will help smooth it out for sure. I would always recommend that you buff your cheek products no matter what you're using, but especially with this type of a formula that can layer on itself. And I feel it very helpful after you've applied however much you want to just buff out the texture. And I think that will, let me get a little closer, smooth it out. Yeah, so that has a really nice sheen to it. And again, I'm not sure if you can tell, it's hard to see the particles here, the bits, but I like it. I like the dazzle effect from Buzzkill. But again, if you don't like that extra bit of sparkle, then maybe go to Raw Honey, which is what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna keep the bronze side on so we could see the difference in bronze effect with Bronze Honey and Queen Bee. Let's go into Raw Honey, which is more of like this mauve type of a gig. This is a very unique shade, and to see it on the face, I'm very excited. Picking up the Honey side, and it says here that Honey is a pink beige. Again, this brush might be a little too soft. Going back in with my Linda brush, which is synthetic. This is definitely more of a softer effect. Softer than the Buzzkill side, but you can definitely see, it's hard maybe to see in natural daylight, but there is definitely a pink shift here. It's like a lighter version of Pink Champagne from Rose Decadence, I feel. Now with Raw. Raw looks, I want to apply Raw on the hollows, on the cheeks. Let me see. Let's do this first. This is with my Surratt cheek brush. Oh, okay. You know what? Because of the mauviness, you gotta be careful. You don't want to put too much. Let's swirl them both together and see how that does on the cheeks. Can you please not cover yourself with the mirror, Alicia? Very interesting. I definitely overdid it. This is my fault. So good to know. You don't have to apply so much of the raw shade. It does give you some sculpt. That's for sure. In terms of the texture, it doesn't have the same dazzle particles found in Buzzkill. I will still go in with my Z1 to just buff the texture out because I definitely applied a little too much raw. I like that, but so you know what we gotta do. Jumbo blender in with raw on this lid. Let me pop it on the outer portions of the eye. I want to see, I just kind of want to see what that does. This is a pretty shade on the lid. Because of the mauve bronze, it has like a rosy tint to it that I think is quite lovely. I'm gonna use my finger. There we go. I'm picking up a little more with my finger because I think that's just too soft of a brush for these types of textures. Pop it on the outer part of my lower lash line, and I'm pulling it down quite a bit. I mean, I don't have to. Boop boop, fix that. Pat down with the concealer I used for my under eyes. It was the Armani Beauty Luminous Silk Concealer, my BK Beauty 108, and I think that just buffed it down. So we saved it. We saved it. I love this shade on the lid. This is very pretty. And now with Honey smack right in the middle here, in between the raw placement. Excuse me. I like that. I like that. Rich hazel on the outer points of the lid, or rather the lash line. I want to create smoky bookends, if you will. I think this is a nice addition to what's going on. So as you see, I'm not bringing it all the way through. I start low on the lash line and I start to stroke it up to create a little more of a thicker line. And with the Refer brush, smoking out these sketches and bringing them to a point at the end of the lash line. Jumbo blender to blend. And here's the raw Honey side on the cheeks and eyes in comparison to the Queen Bee side that we left on from the first demo. I don't know which one I like better. You know what? I'm going to start combining. Using the Buzz side and placing this shade on the raw Honey side. I think that's very pretty. And why not? Some of the Honey side, that pink champagne shade on the very tops of the apples of the cheeks, that's very pretty. I love that a lot. Just to see, I want to take this gold Honey shade, taking Bee now, same brush, but actually like on the apples of the cheeks as like a very warm yellow cheek highlight. That gives really beautiful warmth. And I think I had a little leftover from, you know what I'm going to do, fam? Let me buff this down first. Go in with both. Now, am I saying you have to get all three? Absolutely not. If you happen to have purchased all three. Be with Buzz. And then apply it on this cheek. So you get a little bit of the coral and that warm yellow tone from Bee. I think that's quite lovely. And this is what we're looking at texture-wise from the products. I think as expected, you're going to get a little bit of texture because this is like that baked formula and it's crucial that you buff it into your skin. You could apply as much as you like. And then again, whether it be a cheek brush or a dedicated powder brush, just kind of whip everything together to smooth out that placement. Taking a softer brush and swirling both raw and Honey all together on purpose because I don't want a goat brush to pick up a lot of product, and I'm just putting it all over. Taking some rose pink astral on the center of the lip. That might have been the wrong choice because this is so warm and this has like a blue shift. It's fine. We're doing fine. I like how this looks. I like the texture. I like how my skin is glowing. I appreciate, and yeah, I'm getting into my thoughts about these products. First of all, this is a first impression. It's the first time that I am using them. It's in this video. I rather enjoy the versatility of the formula, whether you want to use the highlight side strictly on the cheekbones and the blush side strictly on the apples of your cheeks, or you could swirl them together and just wear them as like a blush highlight type of a product on your face. From all the ones that I used today, again, Buzzkill, the one with the coral shade, has like that sparkly type of finish, and it's a little drier, and it's I think the driest out of all of them, which again, not necessarily an issue if you prep your skin well. I do think they align with their digital dust highlighters. They have that same bulked gel texture that needs a little zhuzhing as well. So this is gold ore, and I feel this greatly benefits from a cream highlight placed on the cheekbones prior to that application. And I think these will also benefit as well. I like to use my stick. If you have like the Danessa Myricks Dew Balm, I think that's a great setup for these, for instance. And these are a lot of fun. I think they encourage creativity in not only placing them on your face, but placing them on your eyes as well. You could blush drape in terms of bringing the blush from cheek over brow towards the temples. You can mix the shades together. You could apply them on your eyes. And I also feel that makes for like a beautiful monochromatic moment if you wanted to keep it fairly simple, keep the complexion steps simple, and just use one of these duos for face and eyes, and you're done. Dare I say, I rather enjoy these monochromatic looks without mascara. I know it's very minimalist and teetering on a little editorial, if I may. You know, I like that I can see the shadow. I like that I could see the actual shape of my eye, and it really, again, allows you space to just play with the different textures and colors, how you place them, how you blend them. So you saw I went a little crazy with the mauve shade. If you want to wear it as a bronzer, just be very careful in how you build it up if you're my skin tone. If you are deeper than me, I think this shade might serve you better as an actual blush, because this has like a beautiful pink reflect in it, like that mauve rosy reflect in the bronze base, and I feel it would just look beautiful on the cheeks. If you're my shade or lighter, you could use this as like a bronzer, like a bronzer if you will, but go in very softly, maybe with a softer brush, just so that it doesn't look muddy if you apply too much. Which one's my favorite? I feel like they all serve a different purpose, right? Buzzkill, I feel, is like your more traditional blush, right? This is the one with the coral. This is the one with the more highlighty champagne shade that you could see on the cheekbones. Again, you could layer this however you want. You can mix it with the coral blush shade. You want to pat it on the others. So again, this has a little bit of that shimmer effect. So this is, I feel, the highlight if you're my skin tone, that's going to appear like an actual highlight and add dimension there. Queen Bee for sure. If you're deeper skin tone, the Bee shade will be your highlight, and the Queen shade is going to be like a beautiful bronzy blush, or just give your face that luminosity and radiance and sheen that's just going to look beautiful, especially when those shades are swirled together. This is, I feel, the smoothest out of the three trios. The finish is very silky, and I think it will look beautiful on the skin, especially if you buff it down. The raw honey, I do also feel, is very smooth, and I think this is such a unique combination. I swirled them together. This is really pretty. I really like them. I do. I like these duos. Now, ultimately, in the grander scheme of my cheek collection, I have corals, I have bronzes. The mauve one, though, I don't have. I feel like the mauve from Raw Honey is a very special shade. I am happy to have them because I love cheek products. I have so many highlighters and blushes. I can't get enough. Ultimately, though, sure, you don't need these, especially if these aren't your types of textures, if these aren't your type of shades. If you like something more subdued, then yes, the Suku blush palette will be for you, or the Hourglass blushes, or even the Patrick Ta duos. The Patrick Ta is mainly just blush, right? If you like wearing highlight on your cheeks, if you like a little bit of both, then sure, these will be great for you. So definitely evaluate what your makeup lifestyle is like, how you like your makeup to look in terms of whether you like these shimmery types of shades. Again, I had a blast with these, and the compacts and the embossing, they're so beautiful. I know I ruined it already, and it's so upsetting because when you have a product so beautiful, you don't want to use it, but when it's $39 each, you kind of have to, you know what I'm saying? That is my first impressions of the Melt Cosmetics Digital Dust Duo Blushes. Let me know if you had your eye on any of them. If you have them already, have you been liking them or not liking them so much? If you have any suggestions in terms of how to apply them, or you ran into a really cool technique using these products, drop the suggestion down below and I'll be sure to share. And until then, fam, that is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another review tutorial. blush video, monthly favorites, or nightly life chit chat. Take care, and I will see you again soon.